And welcome to the Utica Curling Channel. Roger Ellat here at the Utica Curling Club, and we've reached the end of a long and tumultuous weekend here at the 2025 GNCC College Curling Championship and Northeastern Regional Qualifier for USA Curling National Championships. We've got a good one for you this morning. Playing the Red Rocks, Castleton University. And playing the Yellow Rocks, MIT 1. They came through the semifinals this morning in fine style. And we should have a good one today. All 6 sheets going. Although on sheet 6 we did have a forfeit win by Yale 2 over Penn State 1. We have championship and bronze medal games going in 3 different playoff divisions. This is the championship playoff final, top 2 teams. And they've both earned a berth at the USA Curling National Championships by virtue of reaching this game. Only one, though, will be the champion of the GNCC and Northeastern Regional in 2025. Castleton's playing the Red Rocks, and we'll have the last rock advantage here in the first end. Remy Maynard is the 4th, and the vice skip. Libby Correa is the 3rd, and skip Kaylee Abbott Bishop is the lead. They're playing shorthanded this week because of a family emergency that took away their regular lead. MIT 1 playing the Yellow Rocks, skipped by Declan Galo. 3rd, Brandon Hadfield. 2nd and vice skip, Polly Harrington, and lead Max Masry. Castleton is the higher ranked team in this game. They came through as the number 2 seed by virtue of their win on pool play, and they came through from the number 5 slot in a 6-team playoff. They won their quarters last night against an RIT team that defeated them in pool play. Then they defeated number 1 seed Yale 1 this morning in the semifinal to make this final game. Should be a good one today. Sit back and enjoy. Polly Harrington got one partly buried behind a couple of off-center guards. Now Kaylee Abbott Bishop trying to chip out shot stone. Just a lightweight come around. Line looks really great. Sweeping more for weight than probably anything else. He did noodle it off the 4-foot. Got it out to the 12-foot, so mission accomplished. Open up the scoring area. Polly Harrington with her 2nd. Trying to replace that stone, just chipped over to the 12-foot by Castleton. This one's coming over hard. They do get by, but it is heavy and will sail through. Looks like Castleton's going to play a little conservative here in the first end. They're going to hit this rock in the back of the house. and sit 1. Not willing to mix it up yet. If you wanted to really mix it up this end, it would probably come around those double centers. Nice easy control of weight by Libby Correa. I think this will run pretty straight out here, and they're sweeping it. It's holding really nice. Gonna get a little inside roll. Should remove it from play, and does. And Declan Galo for MIT. He's going to have his third Brandon Hatfield come right around those center guards. Staying aggressive early here. Coming around the center line side, if you're a little exposed, you set up a jam on that rock on the back 8. Oh, and that comes up a little short. Now Castleton with a chance to get the jump. And come around this wide outturn side. Castleton can try to sit 1-2 here. Wouldn't even mind just coming completely round buried top 4 and leaving that sacrificial rock in the back. Getting some good late movement here. Just going to come up a little short of the rings. Does cover the shot stone in the back. Now Brandon Hatfield coming around the intern side. Port's a little tighter on this side. Got to get past that top guard. And will not, just nicks it. It's a tighter port than it looked. So much swing with these rocks that high outside guard can get in the way of the draw path to the pin. And unfortunately, by nicking that red guard over just a shade, open up the draw path a little more here for Libby Correa. Line looks pretty good. How about the weight? Not quite enough. Now the house almost completely blocked off. Declan Galo of MIT looking to come around the wide outside outturn. Trying to draw down to shot stone. Should be room if you skitter by that top guard. Should be able to curl in for shot. Not getting a lot of movement off the edge out there. And that'll come up a little short. I don't think Castle wants to touch that side of the sheet. I think they're going to try to raise their stone on the 4-foot line on the left. Looking just to push this one in the rings. Straight tap up. First rock, first end for fourth thrower, Remy Maynard. I'm going to hit this a little bit on the high side, if anything. Really nice weight. That should go on the rings. And almost on the 4-foot. Castle sits 2 now, with a wall of granite up front. Don't see many options for MIT. Trouble is they try to run one of these red stones through for a double, and they open up a path for a draw. They may drop 3 here. There's a yellow raise, but to me it looks really risky. You could try to raise that yellow rock into the yellow behind it, but it might chip another red one on the rings. They certainly don't want that. The other option would be to try to run this yellow one in. Not many attractive options here. I think they're just going to try the freeze on the back stone again. At least cut down Castleton to 1. Line looks decent. It's backing up though. Oh, I just threw a lot of weight there. Thought maybe they're looking to freeze instead of the takeout. Now there's another tap up. They just threw it. They can throw this long tap again for 3. Again, just need to throw T-line weight right on the nose. Don't have to be too accurate here with the last rock. It doesn't have to be hidden. Just needs to touch the rings. Last rock, first end. Remy Maynard for Castleton. Looking for a little tap up for 3. Need to carve it a bit to get it to make contact. Might go around everything. That might work. Just need a little chippy here. And that works just fine. Plan B, but it works out. That's 3 for Castleton in the first end. A little bit of a messy first end, a lot of rocks in front. 2 nice tap ups by fourth, Remy Maynard. Or I should say a tap up and a missed tap up that worked out. MIT with Yellow Rocks, they'll have the last rock advantage here in the second end. Both of these teams in our final game here have been very resourceful this weekend. They've come from behind in more than one game this weekend. Both teams able to post pretty big scores when given the chance. Looks like Castle is just going to try to sit 1-2 split here. Eventually, I think they'll remove that rock, yellow rock, on the top 12. They may have to work this one to get it into the house. Still gliding. But I think that was going to come up short. Can't get it there. Now a chance for MIT to lie too if they can remove a red rock. Seems the simplest. Wouldn't mind rolling away a little bit here. Rolling underneath gives a chance for a double. Ooh, this is tight. Second, Polly Harrington shaking her head just immediately after she let go of the stone. And got the reverse jam, so didn't work out all so badly. Castle's going to continue to decide to sit split here. The other option would be to hit that yellow rock and roll somewhere. Playing without hammer with a corner guard in play. Usually like to stay far, far away from that corner. You don't want to give the opposition a chance to hit and roll onto that corner guard. And Castle wants to sit 1 and 2 here. They definitely want this one on the rings. Preferably out counting Yellow Rock on the top 12. They're carrying this pretty good. Needs to go a little further. Yeah, that's far enough. So Castle sits 1-2. They're edge on edge, so hard to roll under the corner. That was important. Harrington looking to remove that stone just thrown. Going to crash the corner guard. And roll out. So Castleton sitting 1-2. Now it's time to get rid of that Yellow Rock for sure. Again, with a 3-point lead, don't need to leave a lot of opposition rocks laying around. This one got out a bit wide, but the weight's down. Might come back a little. And it's just going to slide by. Castle still sits 1 and 2, though. Brandon Hatfield going for shot stone here. Definitely got a little movement up this line. Rolls toward the center line. That'll have to go. Castleton just looking to sit 1-2 here continuously. Should get some movement here. This is in the middle of the sheet. Nice weight there from Libby Correa. Looked like a nice 10-5 takeout. Very controllable. Now Brandon Hatfield trying to return the favor. A little more weight for this one. Probably closer to 9-5. This may roll out. And it does. Just that little difference in weight takes away the finish. And trying to hit that yellow rock on the 12 again. I'm going to take middle of the rock here. This run's really straight. We'll keep you up to date with other scores here as we get time. And this was running back. They're going to, won't get enough. You need to play those really tight. Can't have any kind of inside out motion on your release. It will certainly float out wide. Now a chance for MIT to sit 2. And that one snapped hard at the end. Now a chance for Castleton to reestablish their prior order. Set 1-2 here. Chance to get a force this end. Should curl here. This is probably good ice for a 9.5, 9 weight. Yeah, it looks just fine. Right on the nose. That'll do the trick. That'll force MIT to 1. Last rock, second end. Declan Galo looking for a hit and stick here. This was hanging. Needs to come up. And it will not. And will not remove Red Rock from play. That's a steal of 2 for Castleton. They now establish a 5-0 lead after 2. MIT will have the last rock advantage in the third end, playing the yellow rocks. Let's take a quick turn around the rink for other scores on sheet 1 in our third division final. Navy 1 leads RPI 1-0 after 1. Over on sheet 2, this is our second division final. Navy 2 leads RPI 2-0 after 1. Over on sheet 4, our bronze medal game from the championship division. Yale's grabbed a 3-0 lead over Hamilton after 1. Over on sheet 5, that's our second division bronze game. Syracuse 1 leads RIT 2-1-0. And over on sheet 6, Yale 2 picked up a forfeit victory over Penn State 1. They're the second division bronze medalists. And that brings you up to date. All playing the rings right now. This would favor Castleton. And they're just going to use the same strategy as last end, not chasing that yellow rock, but just preferring to draw and sit 2. If this one will hang around, is it going to stop? Yeah, it does stop in play. I'm not sure it's second rock, however. Castle sits 1-3. MIT needs some corner guards here to set up a multiple score. May be hard to score multiples here with play in the house. Max Masry trying a freeze attempt here. He's trying to come over. Just bounces off. 3 rocks by T line though, I think. I think if you hit any of these rocks, it works out pretty well. You can take your own out, you probably freeze on the yellow. I think just make a yellow rock go away, you're in good shape. Oh, this is too light. I think Castle needed to hit a stone there. Must have been a little confusion on that shot. That wasn't even into the house. Now a nice big pocket for MIT. Definitely going to move some yellow rocks now. Nose hit will get 2. I think the one you hit's going to stay, but the other 2 should go. Might be able to rattle that middle one through. Hard to see, hard to tell. You hit this one on the nose. That one definitely goes. You bump into this one. That one goes. And the question is, does that one go out the back? We'll see. Line looks really good here. Oh, going to hit a little high. Got a bunch of rocks moving. Got 2 out of play. Only 1 Yellowstone left. Giving a good look on the one in the back of the rings, but you can see quite a bit of white space from our overhead camera. It's certainly outcounted by the red stone on the right side of the rings. And Paula Harrington will go for that one next. This ran real straight coming back to home. We'll see how it runs going away from the glass. This is certainly inside the broom. Yeah, I think they're going to crash the guard. And they got double the backwards way, left a corner guard in place. If that back yellow isn't on, or even if it is on, I think you've got to hit the rock in the back 8. But certainly with a 5-point lead, you'd want to do that. Hit and rolled out. Still not sure if that back was on the ring. Suspect it's off. Now a chance for Brandon Hadfield to draw around corner guard. Need to start anew this end. That one's going to come out the backside. And just hangs onto the ring. They may have to chase that. And why not? Yeah, the stone on the left side, I think they just nicked that going by with the previous shot, so it's definitely off the rings now. So safe call here is to run this yellow rock off the rings in the back. And MIT will try to come around again in all likelihood. Try to set up their deuce around that corner guard. Nice control weight. Kind of flicked it out a bit with the release, but I think this is going to come back okay. He's trying. And, oh, just misses. Never came back. Just a little flick on the release. Now a chance for MIT to come around that corner guard. Taking a little more ice this time. Yeah, it looks like that might be a wee bit on the heavy side. So now second chance to run this rock off the back 8. Certainly got to play this pretty tight. And you can't throw a ton of weight at it. I think just hack weight here would be plenty. We've seen this side run straight going both ways now. A nice soft weight here from Remy. I think they can hold this as straight as they want. Now it's starting to break. And they lost it. And that's too little weight. Something in between. That was probably just through the rings weight. Probably want something closer to hack. Maybe 11 seconds hog to hog. Yeah, they were never off the stone on the outside. They could have swept out all the way down. I like taking the weight off on that shot, but maybe just a little too much. And I think you could go middle rock with soft board weight, maybe 10.5. Now a chance for MIT to get back. In the driver's seat for a deuce here if they can come around this corner guard. Declan Galo. Declan trying to take his turn getting around this guard. Weight looks better. Line looks terrific. And that's going to be in a good spot. I still think you got a kill on one in the back. Castleton's going to have to take their medicine this end. One rock left here. They don't want to give up 3. Little chancey to try the draw around and hide against 2. Not with a 5-point lead. And run this stone off. Give up your 2 and take the hammer back up 3. Last rock, third end. For Remy Menard. Set this one out a bit. Don't know if the weight came down. They're going to try to push it over. Still backing up. I don't know if they've got a piece. Got just a piece. Just enough. Just enough carve at the end to move that rock over. And now draw for 2 for Declan Galo to grab a deuce here in the third end. Last rock, third end. Declan Galo looking for 2. Just needs to hit paint. All good, back 8. And that's 2 for MIT, so get themselves back in the game and on the scoreboard, 5-2. Castleton with the Red Rocks. They'll have the last rock advantage here in the fourth end. Quick tour around the sheets. Over in our third event final, 2-1 RPI 1 over Navy 1 after 2. Over on sheet 2, our second division championship game, Navy 2, 3-0 over RPI 2. That's after 2. In our bronze medal game in the championship division, Yale 1 leads Hamilton 3-1 after 2. And our B division bronze medal game, we're all tied up 1-1. RIT 2 and Syracuse 1. And that gets you up to date. First MIT rock slips into the rings. Probably not what they wanted to do. Being behind by 3. And that takeout tip's just too light, just over curl, barely through the ring's weight. Good job of sweeping to hold that straight, but just couldn't hold it in the end. Just not enough weight to carry through the curl. MIT's got a center guard in play. Another takeout attempt here by Castleton lead, Kaylee Abbott Bishop. A little more weight this time. Probably need to let that curl a little bit. Might have overcooked it just a little. Gonna make contact. And nice weight. Now Paula Harrington looking to make a little hit and roll under the center guard. Flared that just a little bit. Going to catch a piece. Castleton's chance to use that center guard. And Polly did not like that throw. Right out of her hand. It's going to dig in. Just wide and a little bit heavy. Castleton's got the last rock here. They can ignore that rock in the back 12 if they choose. They do not choose, though. That looks like they're going to chase. Could just go around top 4. That would be the other choice here. See, this is a very safe call. This was tight, but they were holding it. May have even backed it up a little bit. They're going to roll out, but mission accomplished. So we start over again with MIT trying to get around the center guard. This time Brandon Hatfield's turn. Pretty good shot. It's going to come a little bit out the backside. I think you can chase this rock off. Just make sure you hit the guard if you miss it. Shot stone's probably half exposed. Ooh, got this one out. One thing you couldn't do is throw this outside. Had to throw that right up the 4-foot line. Crash the guard, that works. Another pretty conservative call. Love to go Christmas tree, just bite top 12. This rock's pretty far out there as well. Starting to come back. It's going to wind up in a pretty good, well, no, it's not. It's just hanging out there. You're going to freeze it up. I think you got to unlock those two. And just make sure you come up the 4-foot line here. Anything you got to miss tight. Much better line this time. Doesn't need help. Need to carve if anything. And just missed it again. Now trouble brewing. MIT with a couple well-positioned rocks. Certainly worth guarding now. And that's a great spot for that guard. Well, Castle will be drawing for the one no matter what transpires to the next rock. Might as well get the practice in now. Draw attempt came up a little short, but Remy will have a better idea of draw weight for his next. Assuming he has a draw path. this is going to lock up pretty good. Now a tough shot for Castleton. They need to draw a piece of the 4 just to cut the scoring down to 1. Full 4 to be shot. I think there's more curl on this side. Just need a piece of the 4-foot to cut to 1. And that's certainly there. Looking at running in a yellow into the red. So they're looking at this kind of action to get rid of a yellow. The danger is you don't want to lose your red. If you ever ran that yellow in and spilled your red, you're still giving up 2, maybe 3. Now last rock. 4th end, looking for a run in. It's going to miss everything. And it's going to be a steal of 2 for MIT. They edge closer now. It's a 5-4 game. After 4. And other scores across the rink, and our 3rd division final, RPI 1 leads Navy 1 3-1 after 3. And our 2nd division final, Navy 2 leads RPI 2 4-0 after 3. And our bronze medal game in the championship division, Yale 1 leads Hamilton 3-1 after 2. Make that 5-1 after 3. And over on sheet 5, in our 2nd division bronze game, Syracuse grabbed a big 5-ender. They now lead 6-1 after 3. In our feature game, it's knotted back up almost 5-4, 1-point game. Now we got a center corner. Another heavy draw attempt for MIT. That center guard is so high, it's not very effective. You can go high up in the rings, maybe top 8. This looks like maybe tap weight. They may have to hold the line to keep contact with a yellow rock in the back. Trying to overcurl. They are going to make contact, and that will go through the rings. They did get their stone completely buried, though, but it's behind tee line. MIT will ignore that and come right around top house. They need to be a little more, they need to be fully into the 8-foot, center 8-foot. Don't count that red stone in the back. That center guard is quite high, however. Oh, this one may whistle past the one in the back. Certainly going into the open. And another one behind tee line. It is shot, however. Now you could play this a couple different ways. You could play that in-turn draw right to the top 4, and that yellow rock is pretty much a dead pigeon in the back of the house. You could take care of that one later. Again, Castleton playing this very conservatively. Looks like they may get another tap here. This looks like a fairly heavy draw. It's got to curl a little bit. Still heading out. Be careful not to jam this on your shot stone. Carved it just enough to get it by. That was a dangerous situation. Now they got 2 rocks buried under guards, but they're behind tee lines, so MIT will ignore these, but they have to make one here. Holly Harrington with the draw come around attempt. And this one seems to have a lot of weight. Making a beeline for the stone in the back 8-foot. And this one's going to overcurl a bit too. It is shot rock, back button. Now Libby Correa will have to follow this down. You'd love to make a little tap freeze here and maybe push that yellow stone a little further out into the open. This one's way out there. Yeah, just wide and heavy. Now MIT can come around and draw just above their own. Top button here would be great. Just by top button here. And that would put Castleton under a tremendous amount of pressure. Hard to get their stone on the outturned side because there's a jam. And Brandon Hadfield. Line looks pretty good. That's a pretty well placed rock. I think you got to move something now. There's a lot of reds laying around the ring, so if you can get this thing open, the yellow rocks are grouped. I think a straight peel here would be a good outcome. This is over curling. Might still make the peel the other way. Yeah, that'll work out fine. So shot stones are opened up. MIT will have to put a guard back. There is a double available now for Castleton if these rocks are left wide open. It's almost on the nose. Just a shade on the away from the center line. Brandon Hatfield trying to get a guard. Cover up these shot rocks. Trying to get it to come over. It's not there yet. It's getting better. And it's not going to get there. And now, well, it curls just enough at the end. But I think it's still exposed. It's quite possible. You need to hit this rock on the high side. Hit this rock on the high side. That one goes, this one goes through the hole. If you peel the guard, you peel the guard. I think even 2/3 of rock here will do it. I think if you hit everything you can see getting around the center guard, should be a made shot. Oh, that's unfortunate. Knows the guard, leaving the guard in place, and MIT sitting 2 on the button. Missed on the wrong side of the inch there. Now a chance to chunk another rock in. Anywhere on this draw path would be just gold. You could freeze to your own or anywhere along that path. I don't mind being a little aggressive here. Go top 8 buried, sit 3. You might be odds on to steal 3 this end. Ooh, this is way out. Probably need to pound this to get it over. Over toward the center line. Since the first end, the wheels have come off here for Castleton. Pretty close. Want to hit this right on the nose. Didn't quite curl up enough, but it opened up shot stones. There is probably a double to score here. Want to hit this stone just slightly off the nose. Like to keep your shooter though. Want to hit this just off nose. And that one will go out, and this one goes through the hole. Only chance for Castleton. MIT's hitting 3 against them. They've got to get rid of a rock, or at least 2. Last rock, 5th end. Remy Maynard looking for a double here. It's close. Got to go hard. Hit it a little too thick. That'll give up a steal of 1, but it was looking a lot worse than that. So we've got us a tie game now after 5 ends of play. Castleton with the Red Rocks, they will have the last rock advantage here in the 6th end. That's a good end to have the hammer in. 2 hammers to 1. Castleton's got to have a goal of scoring in this end. Going up 1 and 6 will give them the upper hand. Now the scores around the sheets. Over in our third division final, RPI 1 leads Navy 1. 5-1, that's after 4 ends of play. 4-1 after 4 ends of play. Over in our bronze medal game is tightened up. Yale 1 leads Hamilton 5-4 after 4 ends of play. Over in our second division bronze medal game, Syracuse 1 leads RIT 2-6-2 after 4. Nice shot there by Kaylee. Freezing right up on shot stone. And that was not ideal. That freeze bounced off, and now there's a double. Kaylee can throw the weight here. Both yellows can disappear. Boy, the line looks great here. Nice shot there. And Castleton sits two just like that. There's a double back. This one's going to be tight. And that chunked the center guard. Now a great opportunity for Castle. They can split the house and lie three. Well, I'm not sure I want to guard the middle with Hammer. The money play here is go wide side, one of the 12 foots, one side or the other. I like going over here, 12 foot. Let them have their way with the ones in the middle. Wherever they hit and stick, you can take them out. You should be able to score 2 or 3 from this position. By guarding up the middle, you're risking cutting off your own access to the 4 foot. And this is going to result in bunching up a bunch of rocks. Want to get this at least edge on edge. It's underneath. Not altogether bad, but those 3 reds are now grouped. Can probably get all 3 moving. Again, just hit this little high side. Should spin the top 2 out. Might get the back one moving too. Ooh, flung her out there. Makes contact with the back one. Castle is going to throw a 3rd one in the house, but they're grouping their stones again. I like getting these spread out. The double in the middle is no gimme. Definitely don't want to guard here. Need to bring this in. And that is not ideal for Castleton. Maybe a double here if you can nick the top one on your way by to the back one. Oh, this one just took off out of hand. This is going to crash the guard again. Must have turned that in just off. These rocks. Well, 3 in the rings here. MIT's got to try to manufacture a double somewhere. Hit the top one off the nose. Could get 3 moving. Hit the top one on the center line side. It goes this way. That one could come off that one. All 3 might go. Getting 2 moving should be relatively easy. Bringing the heat. Almost got the triple. Just missed. Now a chance to split the house. Deuce here would be huge for Castleton here in the 6th end. We don't like bunching these rocks up. And that was not going to make the rings. I think you want to spread the house there. Go wide on the 12-foot. You don't want to leave a double up the middle. Even if you'd gotten this red one on the rings, it would have left a double. Now a chance for MIT to get the force. But Castleton's goal this end was just to be able to make sure they could score. And I think they may have accomplished that unless Declan gets a really good roll here. And this one's taking off. And it's going to roll dead under. Nice weight by Declan Galo, rolling behind the center guard. Ill-advised center guard thrown by Castleton. Now they're going to have to draw the 4 to grab their 1. Throwing center guards with hammer get you in trouble every time. You got that last rock advantage. Keep that house spread. You can sit multiples. Last rock, 6th end, looking for 4-foot. Need to be on the rings. Need to be on the rings to outcount at least one MIT counter. And they'll do that. It'll be a steal of 1. Boy, after the second end, Castleton has been able to get nothing going. They've had opportunities. MIT now leads 6-5. They flipped the hammer. And they'll have hammer in the 8th end. Castleton needs to go very hard this end to try to grab their deuce. Update on other scores around the sheets. On sheet 1, our 3rd division final, RPI 1 leads Navy 1 5-2 after 5. Over on sheet 2, our 2nd division final is 4-2 Navy 2 over RPI 2 after 5. In our bronze medal game, Yale 1 leads Hamilton 6-4 after 5. In our bronze medal game in the 2nd division, Syracuse 1 has taken a commanding 9-2 lead over RIT 2. And of course, Yale 2 won in a forfeit over Penn State 1. They are the 3rd division bronze medalist. In our game, MIT has stormed back from a 5-point deficit after 2 ends. They have taken the lead 6-5 after 6 ends of play. And Castleton needs to get to work here. They need some guards, some corner guards. Nothing yet in play. MIT gets around the corner guard, but they're going to run to the back of the house, so door open now for Castleton. They can drop one around the corner. And this was just wide and heavy. This one's not going to hang around for a shot as it goes all the way almost to the back 12. And this one also going to the back of the 4-foot. And Castle needs to get one around, preferably above tee line. They've tightened up the ice for this attempt. Definitely a little wide of the broom there. And this just looks heavy again. I think they're by plenty. Don't want to overbake this. And they did, overswept. Got by the guard by plenty. Castleton is shot rock, but they're at the back 4. Nice big pocket available for MIT. Can neutralize that red stone, even push it back a little. This line looks pretty good. And just a wee bit heavy again. Now a chance to get an inside tap freeze. Just a little tap and roll this way. Just a tad. Declan indicating top 8. That would be perfect. Right in this area. Cut off any draw path access to the button. Going to be a little light. Need to stop sweeping. It is over curling. Left the door open. There is a freeze attempt. Possible right to the button. Line's not bad. Got by the guard. And right to the pin. And a shot by Remy Maynard. And Declan will have to follow that down. May be able to get shot, but the main thing is to make sure Castleton doesn't have a chance for 2 this end. Castle can throw that same draw again to score a deuce. So we just want to make sure you block off this draw path. If you can get to the pin, all the better. Pin is open. This one taking off already. May not get this over. And it's just over the hog line. It might be good enough. I just wonder if you shave that guard that was just thrown, if there's still enough room to get to the 4-foot area. You just need full 4-foot. I think there's plenty of room. I think there's certainly a foot or 2 of curl beyond that high guard for sure. You don't have to be on the button. You just have to be full 4-foot. If you shave this guard, there should be plenty of room to get to the 4. Huge opportunity here for Castleton. Chance for a deuce. After a rocky start to the end. They're sitting shot. Chance for 2. They can draw a full 4-foot. Last rock, 7th end. Remy Maynard looking to come into the 4-foot. Got to get by the top guard. Weight looks close. Doesn't need much help. Comes to the back, and that's a beautiful shot to the back button to score 2 for Castleton. And they grab the lead back, 7-6. After 7 ends, they're up 1 without coming home. MIT will have the yellow rocks and the last rock advantage here in the last end. Castleton up 1. They can go for a soft steal this end. They don't have to steal the end, but they've pretty much got to play fairly aggressive to get a force, to get to an extra end. In the event of a tie, we will play a full extra end. Draw attempt is heavy, goes to the back 12. Castleton needs another guard. And might take out the other rock. Interesting plan B. Trying to take out the rock on the top 12. Drew just barely through the ring's weight, got the rock on the back 12. Castleton sits 1 and 2. Castleton needs a steal to win or a force to get an extra with hammer. Oh, just waited too long on that sweep call. It's like Castleton's playing for the force all the way. Successfully navigated. Castleton now sits 3. Looks like at this point maybe both teams are okay with playing an extra end. Ooh, this one's quite wide. Gets a nose hit. Sits second rock. If you're playing for the force, you make this go away. Now with that hit and roll out, now a chance for Castleton to set 1-2 again. threw this one wide. It may come back though with the weight. And it does. Cut hard there at the end. And that one slipped wide. Now a chance for Castle to get a little more aggressive. He could go top 4. He could just bite top 4 here. Maybe save that for their last shot. Castle is going to hook around the corner for this one and maybe go top 4 with their last. Castleton doesn't have a real good steel rock right at the moment. He put one behind this corner guard on the 8-foot, almost on the 4-foot. He might score in the event of a hit and roll out. Weight looks ample. That's going to go to the back 12. Not ideal. Interesting call might be to hit and roll off that one on the back 8-foot in front of the rock, just thrown by Remy. Just a little hit and roll over here. That would make that rock very difficult to remove. And would force Castleton into making a very precise draw to get the force. Can also make the freeze on that rock, but you don't want to be short, that's for sure. No matter what shot you select here for MIT, you need to be shot rock after this rock comes to rest. A little tricky shot here for Castleton. Knows it'll do the trick. Just don't want to jam this in the back. That would give MIT a chance for a double for 2. Last rock, 8th end here for Castleton. Over curling us. Backing up. This may be okay. Nope, jammed it solid. Over curled, and that'll give MIT a chance to draw for 2. Last rock, 8th end, championship final. MIT needs to draw for 2 to win the game. And it looks good, and that's the game. Congratulations to MIT. They win 8-7. They are your 2025 GNCC College Curling Champions. And they're also the Northeastern Regional Champions. Congratulations to Declan Galo, Brandon Hadfield, Paulie Harrington, and Max Masri. Really great game with Castleton. Runner-up, Remy Maynard, Libby Correa, Kaylee Abbott Bishop. A great game and very entertaining for everyone. Do a recap of scores across the sheets. Of course, you can always check out the final results at collegiatecurling.org. Over on sheet 1, our 3rd division championship game. 6-3 in favor of RPI over Navy 1. They're playing the 8th end now. Over on sheet 2, Navy 2's in control over RPI 2 for the 2nd division championship. They're also playing the 8th end. Over on sheet 4, Hamilton leads Yale 1, 8-6 after 7. This is for the bronze medal game in the championship division. Syracuse 1 leads RIT 2, 9-6. This is the bronze medal game in the B division. That's all for now for the Utica Curling Channel. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. Congratulations to MIT for winning this 2025 GNCC College Championship. And we'll see you again very soon. Actually, in a couple weeks for the Kanban Spiel, we'll have a full slate of streaming. Hope to see you then. I'm Roger Roulette, signing off now for the Utica Curling Channel. See you later, and have a great day.